About 7 years ago, some students at University of Southern California started did a conference for undergraduate women in physics, and 29 students, I think it was, attended. Over the last 6 or 7 years, that has grown, so that last year was the 7th time the conference was offered, but this time there were 6 of them simultaneously being held. This was in January, over the long weekend in January, and 6 different institutions hosted them, and Stanford hosted one of them for the first time. And among the 6 institutions, there were 650 undergraduate women in physics attending these conferences. And the one that we had here, we heavily advertised it across the western states, and also local community colleges.
Great.
And we ended up with 210 applicants.
That's amazing.
Yeah, which we could not accommodate. So we accepted, I think, about 150. So we had 150 female undergraduates. And we did, we had a number of different goals. One was to show the breadth of career opportunities in physics. We had about 4 or 5 talks on academic research, but in each one of those talks we asked the speaker, who for all of those talks were women. We had men engaged in some of the panel discussions and workshops and things like this, but the speakers happened to be all women. And they each gave about they had 45 minutes, and we said allow 10 minutes for questions, and in that 35 minutes, spend 5 to 10 minutes talking about your own, how your research fits in the broader context, and your own career path. And so it wasn't a big focus of their talks, but they definitely mentioned it, and I think that was so important, because each of them, if they had not talked about their own career path, the students in the audience would have been left with the impression that I am not this person. This person is so super successful. They have this amazing research. They can talk really well. They are so engaging, and clearly they had clear sailing their entire career. Otherwise, how did they get there? And so that is not me. And each of them talked about their career path. And in each case, it showed doubts, almost derailment at some points. I remember one speaker, she said, she grew up in Germany, and she said, I never really thought I was very good in math and physics. But now I think I am. And it's clear she is. And just the way she said it, and just with a little bit of humor, that she never thought she was good at this.
Right.
And so every path had something like this. The keynote speaker for the event was Persis Strell, who's the director of SLAC. And she talked about when she went to an all-girls college, and then she went to Berkeley for graduate school. And she said in her entire first year of physics at graduate school, physics graduate school at Berkeley, she never asked a single question in class.
Oh my goodness.
And she said, and everyone who knows her now, she says, no, that can't be true. And she said the reason she never asked a question was that she knew that if one of the guys asked a dumb question, no one would ever remember who it was or who asked the question. But if she asked a dumb question, everybody would remember it was the woman in the class.
Right.
And so she never asked a question. And I think the students, the 650 students hearing this keynote address broadcast across the conferences were probably just astounded, because this was in the context of this amazing talk she gave about opportunities and choices